Welcome back to Spitball Cinema. We're talking mob movies again. Um, some honorable mentions, I loved. We both love American Gangster with Denzel.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe, New Jack City, Wesley Snipes, CMB, My Brother's Keeper,
Bugsy with
Pugsy with
Warren
Warren
Beatty
Beatty. Oh
and
my
that Betty.
gosh, yeah.
Very good about Bugsy Siegel.
Wow, that was a good movie. It really was.
But I think the one movie we're going to talk about right now is probably it's one of my favorites is Donnie Brasco.
Oh my gosh.
About
Yes. Forget about it, huh?
forget about it. True life story of Agent Joseph P. Pistone,
Pistone, yeah.
who went undercover to infiltrate the mob. It was supposed to be a 6-month investigation, and it turned into 6 years.
Did it really last that long?
Yeah,
Oh my
turned into
God.
6 years. He went undercover, and just one thing was the other, and it took him 6 months just to be going to this. How he said you just can't go to walk in and say hi, I'm Donnie Brasco, and I want to be part of your crew. He said you got to get to know these guys, and it took him 6 months just to get an introduction to someone that was a made guy.
Wow.
So it took him going to the same bar, same club, just hanging out. He actually went in when the country was celebrating their 100-year 1976 anniversary, and so he goes undercover.
This is in New York?
New York, yeah,
Okay.
and he first went undercover with the let's see, is it the Colombo family at
That's
first,
about right.
and he his cover was that he was a jewel thief. He said because as an FBI agent, you had to pick something that you couldn't say that you were a hitman because they're going to want you to be a hitman. They want you to kill people. You don't have, and as an FBI agent, you can't be going in and killing people. So they picked something that wouldn't be as violent or something.
They probably picked him because he could tell if something wasn't right about something.
Well, he learned to be a jewel thief. He actually went to school
Oh wow.
to learn about precious gems and jewels. Took classes on it and stuff like that.
Yeah, they didn't show that in the
And
movie.
yeah. Well, the movie is good, but the book is even
Better.
better. I read the book for a college course, and I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
I mean, it's usually you're taking a course in college, you're just snoring, because it's so boring. But that book just captivated you. I mean, it's just the stuff that he went through, just for his family, and I mean, because he had a wife and 3 kids. And he basically would only see him, maybe once every 6 months. Missed a lot of birthdays, missed a lot of holidays,
Wow.
because he's undercover. And he went in with I think it was the Colombo family at first, and then he got into it. These guys were wanting him to rob something, and he had to put him off. He couldn't do it, so he told them there was a problem with the alarm or whatever. Well, they didn't believe him. So they requested a sit down with this guy named Jilly. And these 2 guys brought him in and said, Donnie, he said, if you don't tell us who you've worked for in the past and you can't convince us, and the guy pulled out a .45 automatic, set it on the table. He said, then you're not going to go out of here walking. You're going to go out rolled up in this rug. So they're threatening his life. And they wanted information on who he had worked for. And he said, I'm not going to tell you who I work for. He said, you just got out of the can. He said, how do I know that you didn't, go in there and snitch for the FBI or something like that? And he turned it around on me. He said, this went on for like 4 hours, back and forth.
God.
And finally, finally, Jilly said, no, it's okay. Donnie's all right. And he won the sit down. He said, but he said, now you can't, he said, these are street guys. If you get up and say, hey, no hard feelings, shaking their hand, they're going to wonder, why isn't this guy mad? But you can't hit when you're not a made guy, you can't hit a made guy or you're going to get killed. So one of them's name was Patsy, and the other one I can't remember what the other guy's name was. One was a maid guy, and one wasn't. So when they got up to leave, Joe Pistone clocked the one that wasn't the maid guy, knocked him right in the face, and started beating. And they started beating on him and stuff. And you can't hit back a maid guy, or you're going to get killed.
Oh my God.
And so, but he had to show that he had street cred. That he's pissed off. You're accusing him of being a rat, and so he had to come back and see. They didn't show that in the movie.
Would have been a great scene.
Yeah, it would have been.
Oh,
but
man.
Johnny Depp plays Joseph Pistone, and Hesh plays his wife.
Yeah.
And they go through the ups and downs. He goes into, actually ends up going into the Bonanno family later on, and becomes friends with a guy named of Lefty Two Guns.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, who was played by Al Pacino, and they go back and forth. One of the memorable lines is "Forget about it."
Yeah.
So it's a great movie. Joe, he was a technical advisor on the film. So, and he said most of the stuff is pretty accurate. He said, but as always, Hollywood takes liberties with things. And like there's a scene where he slaps his wife, Anne Hesh. He slaps her in the face because she said he's becoming like them. He said that's the biggest argument he had with the director. They got into it about it because he said, I've never slapped my wife like that, and he said he would slap her like that, and
She fucking killed me.
Yeah, and he said that was a total falsehood, and another falsehood was that he had a bag worth of money for $300,000. He said, "You nuts?" He said, "You can't do that as an FBI agent,
Yeah.
But he went all the way through Donnie Brasco. He got so trusted and beloved by these guys, and was so he did such a good job being believable that they were getting ready to make him a made man.
Wow.
Which would have just devastated the mob, because can you imagine if the mob would have made a FBI agent?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he was wanting to do that, but at a few months they were going to make him a made man in December. Well, in July they had a war started within the family and stuff.
Oh wow.
And so that things were getting hot and heavy. He got the contract to go kill one guy, and they couldn't find him. And the FBI finally said, "Yeah, we're going to pull the plug." And then this was 6 years of him being undercover. And Michael Madsen plays Sonny Black, who was, and these are all real.
He was so good.
Real guys. I mean, this really happened. And so, they had some really great scenes in there. Bruno Kirby was in it.
Oh man! When they run into each other at the hotel.
Yeah, at the hotel, Bruno Kirby's in there scoring a dope deal, which he wasn't supposed to be doing. And
I didn't see you.
Yeah, Johnny Depp does a really good job of playing him. I mean, just very.
Gosh, yeah.
So I think it's one of his better roles.
Definitely.
And him and Al Pacino have a really good chemistry together.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, they playing on each other back and forth.
Remember when he rolled down the window because he didn't want to smell this?
Yeah, Donnie, you're killing me with that smoke in here. Donnie, are you trying to kill me with that draft?
Yeah,
And Michael Francesi said that when he saw that, he started laughing, because he said that actually happened to him when he first got made, because he was driving the car, and these guys were like chain smoking, and he wasn't a smoker. He's rolling down the window. He said they about killed you. So when he saw that, he said it was so authentic. He just cracked him up, because it reminded of him when he first got made.
It's a great scene.
Yeah, and remember the tiger? They give him that tiger and stuff.
Oh, that's
the
right.
Tiger. Michael Madsen gives Al Pacino a tiger, but there was a scene where they were going down to it was Miami.
Yeah.
And they needed a boat because Santo Traficante was going to be becoming the big mob boss of Florida, and they needed to impress him. So the FBI had a boat that they had used when they were using it undercover to try to get these congressmen who were taking bribes or something. So they said, "Hey, we got this boat down there," and so it was called the Left Hand. And so he gets the boat, and they Santa Trafficante, and they take him out and do all this stuff. Well, they were coming back from somewhere a few months later, and that boat was published in Time magazine. The left hand showing it was FBI's boat that they used for undercover stings. Well, Lefty ends up seeing it in the magazine and says, "Hey, Donnie, this is that boat." And he said, "Oh, no, it can't be." He said, "Donnie, look at the name, the left hand, that's the boat." And he said, "Well, they obviously weren't after us left. We're still walking around free." He said, he played it off and stuff, but it about cost him everything because...
Is that when he does the speech and he puts that gun to his head?
Yeah, yeah.
God, that was so good.
Well, he tells...
I thought Johnny Depp did a good job of impressing him of like, I didn't...
You think I'm a rat, Left? Yeah. You think I'm a rat? Did I say you were a rat? Did I say you were a rat?
Oh my gosh, I gotta watch that movie again. Oh, it's so good.
He's got that hat. He's got that hat turned up. And so he tells him, he said, so they play it off and stuff. But Time magazine, from what Joseph, they tried to get him not to publish that. They went ahead.
Is that true?
That's true. They went ahead and did it anyway, put his life in danger. It's how stupid some of these journalists are on stuff like that.
I would have bent back and sued the shit out of him.
Yeah. And so he said every day, because I've watched a lot of documentaries on him,
right,
the real one, and he said that every day you wake up, is this the day
I'm gonna die?
I'm gonna die, or or go to jail. He said, now I wouldn't have went to jail, but he said, but he was sleeping over at their houses and on their couches and stuff. That's how deep he was.
Wow.
And they asked him if you ever felt guilty. Did you ever get so close that your life started? You couldn't tell the difference. And he said no. He said it was always a job with me. And he said he figured these people. He said, of course I didn't want to see them get killed or anything, but he said these people, this is the life they chose. Life's about choices. And he said, they chose to be a gangster. I chose to be an FBI agent. It was always just a job for me.
Wow.
Because when he finally came out and they revealed to these mob guys that he was an FBI agent, these guys are going to get killed because they've and they try to say, hey, if you want to cut a deal or whatever. No, Sonny Black wouldn't do it, the Michael Madsen character. And he's the one who actually took off his pinky rings and stuff for the bartender, not Lefty.
Right.
In the movie, it was Lefty that was doing it.
Oh,
and Sonny says, hey, give these to my wife. I think I'm going to sit down. I don't know if I'm going to come back. Well, he never came back. Wow. And Donnie Brasco, he used to be into, Sonny used to be into pigeons, in New York. A lot of them do that with pigeons and stuff. And he said, when you see those pigeon coops come down, you know that Sonny Black's dead. About a week and a half later, they started coming down. They found his body a year later in a bag with his hands cut off. And that's because he introduced an FBI agent, shook the hand to a mob boss, Santa Trafficante. So,
my gosh.
Yeah, these guys are brutal, dude. I wouldn't have went to the damn thing. There's no way I'm going to go to a sit down if I know I'm going to be killed. I mean, I don't understand that. I would have got the hell out of there, But I guess these guys were...
They took it serious.
Yeah, these guys are hardcore mafia guy. But the movie, Anne Hesh plays a great job doing, her and Johnny Depp, they're fighting back and forth, stuff.
Yeah.
They have a really good chemistry and a good rapport the way they are, portraying the husband and wife. But he said it's the only thing he didn't like because he said they portrayed them having so much problems like that.
Yeah.
Whereas it wasn't like that. And they had her where he would, go home on the weekend sometime to see her every once in a while. He said she didn't live close. They lived across the country.
Wow.
Yeah, because for their protection and stuff. And he played his cover. He was an orphan too. So, and he didn't have any wife, and his girlfriend lives in California, and so that was part of the. Do you have anything to add to Donnie Brasco?
Yeah, I just it's a great performance by Pacino, Johnny Depp, everybody in that movie.
Yeah,
I mean it's.
Yeah, if you get a chance to see that, And I suggest,
There is a director's cut out there too.
yeah, I suggest picking up the books too, because the books
Are they called Donnie Brasco?
was Donnie Brasco, My Life as an Undercover Agent,
Okay.
and then Joe Stone has written some other books afterwards too, different ones.
Oh, cool.
And they're all available on Amazon.
I wonder if he's got a YouTube channel.
They were doing a podcast actually. It's called Deep Undercover with that Leo Rossi. You know who
Yeah.
Leo Rossi is?
I do.
It's him, and he's interviewing Joseph P. Pistone. And I've watched it. It's like 2 seasons on there. It's really good. It goes on to all the in-depth conversations with the real, while he was undercover. And he tells all these different stories about different things and how this works and how that works.
I'll have to go follow
But
it.
yeah, it's really good.
Wow.
So if you get a chance to watch Donnie Brasco,
Please do. I mean,
Please-
it's
please
just, it really is. It's a great movie. Another few I'm going to mention. You probably haven't seen them, but John Woo did a lot of good mob movies, like The Killer, Hard Boileds, one of the best ones there. And of course, Face Off, I guess, is kind of a
kind of with John Travolta
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Nick Cage. Yeah.
And then there's the director. I can't remember his name, but the Raid movies, Raid and the Raid 2, they kind of deal with the Asian mafia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's
Any big names in those movies? No.
no.
Is it set overseas or
Yeah,
here?
it's I believe it's Japan, I think, or maybe Korea. I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
They're very, very good. Especially the second one is more really mafia. You see what happens in the mafia over there, the rules and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Those are really good. And then you mentioned Armand Assante in Hoffa, but we forgot that he played Gotti in that
Oh,
movie.
Yeah.
That movie was really good.
Yeah.
too.
If you guys get a chance to
Not
see
the John Travolta.
not the John
Gotti.
Travolta
Oh,
one.
No.
This one was made back in the I want to say the 90s.
90s, early 90s.
Yeah, early
I think.
90s, where he plays John Gotti, and it's freaking excellent. It's got him and Anthony Quinn.
Oh, that's right. Anthony Quinn's in it.
Great Anthony Quinn's in it, and he plays Gotti really well.
Yeah.
I mean, just it shows his life, and coming up and how certain things happen, and his loyalty, and when his kid gets
Oh,
killed,
my gosh, yeah.
and by the neighbor on accident.
Oh,
And just his portrayal of how it's an excellent movie.
yeah.
The portrayal of John Gotti's life.
Very, very, very good. Another Al Pacino. I guess this would be a mafia movie. Carlito's Way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Another De Palma movie. I mean, we also throw Scarface in, with
Right.
also being another De Palma movie.
Oh, that's right.
Of course, I believe Pacino knocked both of them out of the park, especially in Carlito's Way of his portrayal of a Puerto Rican
Right.
character. I mean, he just talks just perfectly.
Yeah, remember Sean Penn gives an excellent performance in that as
the lawyer,
dirty lawyer.
the dirty lawyer.
Yeah,
Oh,
it gets him
gosh.
in all kinds of shit. And
Luis Guzman.
Yeah.
Pacheco.
Yeah.
Now we got a Pacheco on the Chiefs, so
And then what's his name? The John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo,
Yeah.
Benny Blanco,
From the Bronx.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And Viggo Mortensen was in that.
Viggo
movie.
Mortensen.
He was the dude in the wheelchair.
God, I forgot he was in that. That's right. And the lovely Penelope Ann Miller,
Oh yeah.
who Al Pacino and her struck up a little
In real life?
tryst, a little fling
Whoa.
as they were making that movie.
Calm down, son of a woman.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just that-
Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention a very, very favorite actor of ours back in Donnie Brasco, our Paul Giamatti.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He made an appearance in Donnie
Yeah, he's one of the
Brasco
FBI agents.
when
Yeah.
they were doing the Forget Abouts.
And another thing in Donnie Brasco, remember when they go into that Japanese restaurant
Yeah.
And that guy wants him to take his shoes off, but he's got a wire in there, and they get into it and they beat the hell out of that guy.
That's right.
He's like, ah, ah. That was Hollywood stuff too. He said that never happened, but they did it for dramatic purposes and stuff.
Well, it was kind of like, it did make you nervous.
Yeah, it did. It was crazy, man.
I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna get killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Carlito's Way, great movie. Hated it. I hated the ending because he died.
Right.
I mean,
I knew when he didn't kill Benny Blanco from the Bronx,
Bronx, yeah.
early, he was going to, and then he changed his mind. I knew that was going to come back and get his ass. You know,
he was still trying to be a good guy.
And think about it. They had Al Pacino doing the voiceover all through that movie. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, you know I should have known.
Yeah.
You know how Pacino he does that. I should have known.
I should have known.
Yeah, you know
that this was gonna come back to me.
Yeah, this was gonna come back to get me. You know, but that's a good little movie. You know, I don't know if I like it as much as Scarface, but I do like it.
I love it, but yeah, of course Scarface wins.
Well, yeah, I mean Scarface. I mean, you know, I mean. It's maybe not the traditional mob movie, but it's along those lines.
Yeah.
You know, about the drug dealing and the Cuban refugees during the 80s.
That's right.
Which they were giving them amnesty, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
And then and kind of mirrors today.
Yeah.
Because they're claiming they're releasing a lot of prisoners and stuff into this country. Yeah. And that's what they were doing. The Cubans were doing, or Fidel Castro.
The 80s, yeah.
Were doing a lot of the drug stuff. But it's kind of weird how that kind of all comes back, you know. But Pacino's performance of that. At the time when I was watching Scar, I think it went down as there was F words in that movie. I mean, almost every other word. I think it at the time had the most F words in any movie in cinema history until Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
I think that's the you know. But
way to go, Kev.
Yeah, way to go, Kevin. Break that record. But you know, with Michelle Pfeiffer, you know, as his girlfriend, and Robert Loggia as the scumbag,
the one that
drug dealer that kind of brings him into the fold and stuff. And then that dude. The Colombian dude, I can't remember the character's name. And
the one of he tells him, "Don't fuck me.
Don't ever fuck. I'll tell you, don't ever. You know,
don't ever f me, Tony.
Don't you ever." And he tells him, "Don't you do it." You know, and you know what was when Tony and him finally get into it towards the end, when he sends that hit squad up to get him, that music when they're scaling over the walls and stuff was creepy as shit. You know that, ooh, and they were jumping over the fence, and these guys that were the hit guys coming after him I thought it was a spooky scene.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, well,
it's like the part when they're tying the dude up in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, the chainsaw scene. Oh God,
and you hear that rattlesnake kind of.
No, Tony, no. And remember, I'll never forget that scene because they got. Al Pacino, they got like some kind of leather bound around his neck, Al Pacino, and they're making him watch his friend get the chainsaw. And when he turns his head and he's like dropping down, I mean, it's
it's perfect.
You know, Antonio Montana. You know, the way he goes for power. I mean, he had guts.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was he was crazy. He was just crazy. And then his sister.
Oh my God.
Mary Elizabeth Mastroianni.
That Kill Bill music, that bang.
Yeah, but you didn't mess with his sister because that son of a bitch went crazy. It was almost like he had a thing
like
for
a little incest.
Yeah, a little incest kind of. It gave you that kind of, not that he ever actually did it, but maybe he kind of had a thing for his sister that was it wasn't really normal.
Definitely wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't normal. And then when he finds out his best friend Manny, they got married, and he kills him. You know, that's the thing. At the end, all of a sudden, you're like, okay, the sister's going to get away with Manny. They're good people. No, she gets killed. He gets killed. I mean, everybody starts getting killed in that movie at the end. The last 10 minutes, everybody starts getting wiped out, except Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
She's the only one that makes it, you know. But that whole movie, you remember when he makes Robert Loggia barked like a dog,
Oh, yeah.
or beg him. He makes Mickey say, "No, Tony." You know, and Robert Loggia is such a great actor. Even when he was in The Sopranos. Remember he
Oh,
did the
yeah.
guest in The
I
Sopranos.
forgot about that.
Yeah, and Stephen Bauer as his best friend Manny. What is that? What did he say? When they were going to go kill that guy at the Freedom Town at the beginning,
Right.
Bogota, Bogota. He was
Something like that,
something like
yeah.
that, and they had that knife down. I was like, God Almighty!
Such a good movie.
Yeah, and the Salsa is the one that tells him don't ever. And then remember, they think that F. Murray Abraham
character
is the informant, and they throw him out of the damn helicopter and hang him, and they show this scene of him just flying. They're flying him off through the air. I mean, oh man!
What makes you think I
Yeah.
would like that piece of shit?
Hey, Salsa. He throws that thing. You want to make a move? You move now. He's telling you move. Anything
And
else?
they have that montage.
Yeah, the music in that was pretty cool.
Oh my God,
I mean,
yeah.
all through it. And you got a young Michelle Pfeiffer in that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you could see that scene where they're going to buy the car, and he puts that hat on. You could tell that was kind of improvised because she just starts laughing.
She does.
Because he just cracks her up.
Apparently that happened a lot when they did Frankie and Johnny.
Oh, that's right, they did
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Wow.
But, yeah. But then we got to also talk about what Al Pacino created a new word for cocaine after
Yahoo or
he goes Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
Get the no, he goes Chi-Chi.
Get the Yahoo,
Get the
wasn't it?
yayo.
Yayo,
That's
yayo,
it,
yeah. Gee, get the yayo.
And then you hear that song, rush, rush to the yayo.
Yayo.
And you're like, how did it go that fast?
You know what? Freaky, that club scene where they got that guy and they're
the clown dude?
he looked like a pig or something,
Yeah,
wasn't
something
he?
like that. Yeah.
And they're playing Frank Sinatra's "Strangers in the Night," and then they get up and do this big shootout in this club. I always thought that was weird looking. That dude dancing in that stupid looking thing.
Yeah, because they even had what's his name from Law and Order, Richard Belzer.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
He was the stand-up comedian.
He was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot he was in that. Wow.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, it was. It was just just very well. But a lot of people hated it when it first.
Yeah, when
came
it
out.
first got. Yeah, I guess it got torn to pieces.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not a very uplifting movie.
No.
I mean, you're not going to
It is
come. You're not going to come out of there and
Yeah.
thinking everything is a great day.
I mean, and plus they were very unkind to very graphically violent movies back then.
Oh yeah, yeah. You didn't see stuff like
Yeah.
not like that.
I
I
remember how
mean,
many times they had to turn that movie back in to get avoiding an X.
did it get an NC-17 at
They
first?
didn't have NC-17 back
Oh,
then.
it was X.
It was X, yeah.
Did it get an X when it was?
Yeah, when it first cut.
Was it the chainsaw scene? Did they have to trim it down?
Well, that and also I think how many squibs of that were being shot in people's bodies or something like
It's
that.
funny that would get an X.
Well, remember, this is 1980.
I know, but when
or
I think of
three.
X, I'm thinking of like porno.
Oh yeah,
You
But they label it. They put it the graphic violence along with the graphic sex. So.
Oh, okay.
But,
Wow.
yeah, I wonder how many times they had to put that in.
Oh,
Because you ever see the joke about here's Scarface cut for regular TV, and it just shows like the opening credits, and then him going ha, and then
that's the end.
and then the end credits.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much in that. It's hard to cut that stuff, man. Yeah,
They would probably cut out yayo.
yeah.
And they don't even know what that's a curse word.
Chi-Chi, get that yeah.
Chi-Chi, get the mother father. All right. Well, guys, I think that's probably it.
Oh,
from-
another note. There's a movie called "Kill the Irishman."
Yes.
That's with Christopher Walken.
What's that guy? The head guy's name?
I can't think of his name.
Ray-
Val Kilmer, Ray Stevenson.
That is.
Ray Stevenson.
Is it?
Yeah, he was on. He was on Rome. He did Rome.
Oh, wow. Well, he was in that Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, right?
He was. with the Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he was the English guy, wasn't he?
God, I don't remember.
Ray Feinstein.
No. I'm pretty sure it's Ray Stevenson.
No, that sounds like Parker Stevenson.
No, I don't think so.
All right, Jamie, can we get a
Jamie? What is Jamie? He is British. I thought he was Irish.
That's not him.
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit!
See, right
Where?
there.
Damn it!
Sorry, folks. We're doing a little look up here. Yeah,
No,
that's Ray Stevenson.
All right, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie. He died. You know, he died last year, 2023.
Damn, what other movies would I recognize? Oh, dude, he was in the second Punisher movie. Oh yeah.
Really?
Okay.
He was in Thor. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dexter.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. Or was a good actor.
Oh, he was that second Punisher is called Warzone. Really, dude,
Really?
he is really good as the Punisher.
Rest in
Definitely.
peace to him. He died on May 21st of 2023. But if you get a chance to watch that Kill the Irishman, it's a true story about Danny Green. He was that Ohio? No, it was it was Cleveland. He was an Irish tough guy coming up, and he gets involved with the mob and stuff, and taking over unions, and he starts butting heads with the mobsters and stuff, and like to blow people up in cars and shit. And they I guess the Irish used to, IRA used to do kind of shit like
That's
that.
right.
But they finally ended up getting him the same way.
Wow.
But he was if you get a chance, look up Danny.
I know of the movie. I've never seen it.
Look up. There's things on YouTube about the real guy, Danny Green. And this movie is really good. And this is on Plex too. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, it's a really good movie. Kill the Irishman.
Definitely.
If you like mob movies, and especially ones that have like an Irish twist to it, give it a look.
Yeah. One movie I think is not really considered a mob movie, but it has the mob in it. It's called History of Violence with Viggo Mortensen.
Oh yeah, that you know what? Let's talk about that a little bit. You've seen it, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Okay, so
Or even the other movie, what's Eastern Promises?
right, it's by the same director.
Yep.
But History of Violence, the thing about that movie was because you don't know what's going on at first. These guys come into town, they rob this coffee shop, and the guy in the coffee shop saves everybody, and then these mob guys start coming to town accusing him of being this guy named Joey.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what the hell they want from me. They're saying, come on, Joey, you're, and they're accusing him.
That's Ed Harris, right?
Ed Harris. Remember his eyes all jacked up? Mm-hmm. And so you're thinking, why are they keep accusing this guy of being this mob dude that, is supposed to be so crazy and a crazy hitman? And they won't leave him alone. And he's just a family man in a small town running a little coffee shop.
Yeah.
So Ed Harris, who plays the main, comes to that scene where they come to his house, and his kid's there. They said, "Come on, Joey, you're going with this." And he said, "I've told you I'm not Joey." And he said, "Come on, Joey." And they got his son, right? Or they said, "We're going to take your son." And Viggo Mortensen he said, and all of a sudden, Viggo Mortensen is acting like this innocent, just farm guy that's lived in this town for a long time. And all of a sudden, it's freaking amazing how, I don't know how he did this. His face just changes. All of a sudden, it drops down and he goes, "Get back, Jack," to his son, and he kind of pushes him. And you look at him and you're like, oh my God, he is the guy that they've been accusing of. And he kills these mothers. I mean, just like nasty too. Just kills them. Boom, boom, boom.
David Cronenberg.
David, yeah. And one of his sons shoots one of the guys. And Viggo Mortensen goes he's looking at him with this dirty look, and he grabs a shotgun out of the kid's hand and looks at him like, "You want to be like me?" I mean, it's almost like it was like two characters.
Like Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, like Jekyll and Hyde. It was incredible. I can't. That scene always gets to me how to capture that on film how his whole reaction and face just changes. No CGI, nothing like that. Just it comes over him. It's an incredible scene if you ever get a chance to watch that movie.
Yeah.
The history of violence.
It is violent.
And it is. It lives up to its name.
Yeah.
But it's an excellent movie. And then it's got John Hurt in it. No, not John Hurt.
The guy from
Big Chill.
oh my God.
Not John Hurt.
Jamie, look up the John Hurt.
Remember he was in Body Heat? Yeah.
He was also
William?
in Dark City. William
Yeah.
Fincher? No.
I'm so mad at myself. William Hurt.
Son of a biscuit. William Hurt.
William
ladies and
Hurt.
gentlemen,
Jesus.
yes.
I knew it. I kept saying John Hurt.
Yeah.
But he plays his brother.
Yeah.
And he's just as nuts as he is.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
not crazy.
You know, and if not crazy, or in the final confrontation, he goes back home and stuff. You're like, Jesus, this dude, this first half of this movie was just this little old coffee shop guy, and he's had this double life of this. He used to be in this mob family and stuff, and was crazy. You know, so get a chance to watch History of Violence.
Do you remember why he wanted his brother back? Was it because they needed him? Or did they need to get revenge on him or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was something he did, I think. Because, remember, he said, you always were crazy, Broham. He called him Broham or something like that. And I can't remember why they wanted him back. It was something to do with the family. Or did his dad die or something like that? Or
I can't remember.
it was something like that. But
If you guys know,
Yeah,
put it down in the comments for us.
yeah, but
I mean, I'll watch. I can watch that movie.
Cause remember when
Anytime.
Vigo goes to William Hurt and jacks him up, and he goes, Jesus, Joey. They're all nuts. Because I mean, they have some.
Yeah.
If you like stuff like John Wick or stuff, but this dude does some stuff just like John Wick, or even worse.
Oh, worse probably.
Yeah.
Another David Cronenberg mob movie, Eastern Promises.
Eastern Promises.
About the Russian mob.
Russian mob. Yeah,
And,
that was crazy too.
Yeah, and it has a very, very naughty scene where you see probably one of the longest knife
fights in a shower between two guys, right?
Yeah, and Viggo Mortensen shows his Lord of the Rings.
Hey,
throughout the whole.
You had to
scene.
mention that? I mean, really?
It was
Did we have to
bravo
mention
to
that?
him. I wouldn't do it.
Well, I know, but
I mean, I'd have him CGI. You know,
you're talking about some dude's Lord of the Rings. I mean, what the hell?
Why not? It's
I'm gonna watch that.
It's the
You know,
2020.
that's not going to make me want to go watch it. You know?
Oh, your loss.
Oh my
It's cool. It's a very that movie.
It's a graphic scene.
Yeah,
too,
you gotta
man.
watch. Yeah, it's pretty violent.
Because
too.
it's hard. You got two naked dudes with a knife, and they're cutting each other. They must have did a lot of cuts on that, man.
They had to.
Literally, you know.
It's
I
an
mean,
amazing scene.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Because there's no props, just knife and them.
Yeah.
It's a crazy scene.
It's really
that's
good.
that's a little bit of a strange movie, but it was good.
Really good.
So
Remember when he makes them have relations with that one
Well, you
girl?
shut your mouth and
Oh my god.
what does the matter with
do
you?
a double feature of History of Violence and then Eastern Promises.
Yeah,
Which one do you tell them to start with?
History of Violence.
Yeah, I would agree
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
History of Violence, definitely.
Well, History of Violence kind of ends up on a high note.
No, I wouldn't say a high note, but you know, what's the actress that plays his wife in History of Violence? I can't think of her name, but
Oh, she was she was in that USA Network show.
she's very pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty gal. Ah, hell. I can't think tonight, man.
Jamie,
Jamie? What's her name?
what's her name?
You know, the girl from History of Violence.
Yeah. Don't flip him off. That's not nice, Jamie.
Hey, we should say Shane. Hey, Shane.
Yeah.
Maria Bello. Maria Bello.
Bello.
Yeah, she's really good at it. They're all good.
Really good in that.
Ed
movie.
Harris is creepy as shit. As
Yeah, I know.
Remember how they said that with his eye, how he got that eye, how what Joey did to him?
Yeah. Oh
Jesus.
my gosh.
But anyway, I think that's going to do it for
Yeah,
our,
if
our
there's-
fifth and final. Like I said, if you guys want us to review any kind of movies,
Yeah.
talk about any movies, anything film making, anything related to that,
Yeah.
drop us a
Or
line at spitballcinema@gmail.com.
Yeah. And definitely like if you think there's some movies that you think we haven't seen, suggest them and we'll watch them. So
Yeah, absolutely.
and we'll talk about them.
And again, Shane's on
A special assignment
special
again.
assignment again. And,
Hopefully he'll be back next week.
and yeah, hopefully, and
Yeah.
hopefully he won't cry too much. But, thanks a lot, Shane.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah, be safe,
Bucko.
Be safe, Shane.
Yeah.
Out on your
Your special assignment.
special assignment.
Special report.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got the little satellite thing on top of his head.
Just see him with this hat on that says that says press. That says press.
Okay. We
All
love
right,
you guys.
This is Scott.
This is David. We love you. Thank you
Thanks
again.
from Spitball Cinema.
Yeah, we love you. Bye.
Bye.